Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Planning Commission meeting, City of Victorville, August 14th, 2019. We call to order, please.
Chair Kurth.
Here.
Vice Chair Marsh. Commissioner Huber. Commissioner Wells.
Here.
Commissioner Harriman.
Here.
Thank you. Please rise for the invocation pledge. Invocation by Commissioner Wells, pledge by Commissioner Huber.
Thank you, Lord, for bringing us here together today for another Victorville City Planning Commission. Please give us the direction clearly and the clear understanding of the agenda that we are to cover today. And we as Planning Commissions and the staff do what is your will. In Jesus'
And next we have a set of prior meeting minutes that we need to approve.
I second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Huber with a second by Commissioner Wells to approve the minutes of the July 10, 2019 regular Planning Commission meeting. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 1, staff report, please.
Yes, Chairman, Commissioners. Agenda item number 1 is planning case number PLAN 18-00049. It's a site plan to allow for the development of the Desert Grove Retail Shopping Center and conditional use permits to allow for beer and wine sales at a convenience store and gas station, a master sign program for the center, a cell tower, a fuel dispensing facility, and a car wash, as well as a tentative parcel map to create 10 parcels from 3 existing parcels with an environmental impact report. The site is 15 acres located behind Burger King at the southwest corner of Highway 395 and Palmdale Road and is zoned C2 General Commercial. The project will cater to both local and regional shoppers as well as travelers along the state highways, having dog rest areas, RV parking, fast food, and gas. The shopping center will be developed in 2 phases with 7 buildings in phase 1 along the frontage of the center and consisting of a car wash, fast food with retail, and the gas station and C-store. And phase 2 is generally at the back of the site and will contain larger retail buildings including 2 anchor stores and 2 major. The project also includes its own design guidelines, a sign program to guide the center's development, including 2 pylon signs and several monument signs. Tonight, the Commission is asked to adopt the final environmental impact report, statement of facts, findings, and overriding considerations, and the mitigation monitoring and reporting program, as well as approve the site plan, the parcel map, and the 4 CUP resolutions, and approve the cell tower CUP denying resolution. Staff supports the proposal with the add-on items and modifying conditions also available in the lobby, and staff is available for any questions.
Okay, thank you. Any questions of staff on this one? Okay, seeing none, I will go ahead and open up the public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak to us on agenda item number 1? Welcome.
My name is Wad Nader. I represent the ownership. I'd just like to tell you a little bit about the project and about ourselves, and although you summed most of it up, thank you. But what we are planning right now is to build approximately a 96,000 square foot shopping center. And as you were told, we're going to be building it in 2 phases. Phase 1 being the perimeter shops along 395 and along Palmdale Road. Those are roughly 36,000 square feet. And then the larger shops in the back will be phase 2 of roughly 60,000 square feet. We'll be providing about 460 stalls for parking, handicap and vans 22, and we're providing 40 RV parking stalls, which we identified as a shortage in the area for all the RVs that travel up and down, as well as a dog park area for a lot of these people want to come down and rest and hopefully do their shopping in Victorville when they do that. We're also providing bicycle parking for 56 bicycles in the facility. We hope to commence construction next year. That'll be subject to the Caltrans permits, which are usually the longest lead time item we have to deal with after this. We commenced a complete EIR under the CEQA guidelines of California, and we've been, I think, about 4 years to get to this point. So it's been a long process. I think we've addressed everything that we needed to. Our project goals here were to deliver a couple of things that we think were needed in the city of Victorville. First of all, more dining choices of the casual variety. Second of all, we wanted to try to bring a specialty market and some other uses, some other services. So those will be our targets once we're given the go-ahead to proceed. We are planning to do a very nice shopping center, aesthetically very pleasing, and would like to be an enhancement to the city and good citizens of the city of Victorville. I thank you for your time. There's a number of people here, professionals, involved with the entire planning process. So if there's any specific questions, we can handle them.
Thank you.
Okay.
Are there any questions from the commission for the applicant or applicant's team on this project?
Better looking. Accomplishes the same goal, keep people out of there. A couple recently done, and it would go a lot better with trash enclosures. We all know can be a real eyesore. They have a lot of the regulation now has got them looking attractive, but it's real expensive. Get some clients that I do work for, and they virtually trip out when they find out how much it costs. But I think deferring the cost of the mesh and applying it to the wrought iron won't make it anything too extravagant.
I'll look into that. Are they not enclosed? Supposed to be enclosed.
Yeah, no, it's enclosed, but it's calling for mesh.
Okay.
I don't like the mesh.
Okay.
This is a new requirement for us with some of the mandates for a fully enclosed roof, and then to stop people from climbing over, what have you, putting some sort of more reinforcement. So this is the first time we've kind of seen this. That's why it's coming up, and Commissioner Harriman brought up. We're looking at this design standard for the first time on trash enclosures, and maybe this type of mesh is not the best. So it sounds like you might be open to another type of material.
Oh, we're open to it. I'm just not familiar with it. I need to take a closer look, so I apologize. I'm not that familiar with the mesh.
I'm worried about a homeless problem on that intersection. I really am, because it's a corridor.
Yeah.
State highway corridor. And I don't want, that place looks beautiful. I want to keep it that way. I think I totally agree with closing the whole enclosure. I just like it to look a little more attractive.
Understood.
Any other commission or questions for the applicant? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman. So we can amend condition number 10. I'm not going to read the whole condition, but it says from inclement weather as well as ... metal mesh. We can just change that to from inclement weather as well as wrought iron that fully encloses the trash enclosure between the block wall metal gates and the roof to
Thank you. Is there anyone else here to speak to us on agenda item number 1? Seeing no one, I will go ahead and I'll close the public hearing and I'll bring it back to the commission for a decision.
They are. Yes, Commissioner.
Chairman Kurtzau, adopt the attached final environment impact report with a statement of facts, finding an overriding consideration of the mitigation, monitoring, and reporting program for the subject site plan conditional use map. Adopt resolution number P-19-038 approving the site plan portion of case number plan 180049, subject to attached conditions of approval. Adopt resolution number P-19-039 approving the alcohol sale condition use permit portion of case number plan 180049, subject to attached conditions of approval. And adopt resolution number P-19-040 approving the master sign program condition use permit portion of case number plan 180049, subject to attached conditions of approval. And adopt resolution number P-19-041 denying the cell tower condition use permit portion of case number plan 18-00049, directing the applicant to file for a separate condition use permit. Adopt resolution number P-19-042 approving the fueling station condition use permit portion of case number plan 18-00049, subject to attached condition of approval. And adopt resolution number P-19-43 approving the car wash condition use permit portion of case number plan 18-00049, subject to the attached condition of approval. And adopt resolution number P-19-044 approving the tentative parcel map portion of case number plan 18-00049, subject to the attached conditions of approval. And adding the item number 10 and item number 5 and all the conditions added to the.
I second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Huber with a second by Commissioner Wells to approve case PLAN 18-00049 as condition with the added conditions. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Good luck on that approval. You're one more step closer on that 4-year process. Moving on to agenda item number 2 was a multi-tenant sign program scheduled for Mariposa and Nisqually, but the applicant and planning staff has requested that the commission continue this item because they're not ready yet. But before we do that, I'll open up the public hearing on item number 2. Is there anyone here to speak to us on item number 2? Seeing no one, I'll go ahead and leave the public hearing open, and I'll make a motion to continue this item to the September 11th, 2019 Planning Commission meeting.
We have a motion by Chair Kurth with a second by Vice Chair Marsh to keep the public hearing open and continue case PLAN 19-00005 to the September 11, 2019 regular Planning Commission meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Agenda item number 3, please.
Thank you, Chairman Kurth, fellow commissioners. Item number 3 is case PLAN 19-00011. It is a tentative parcel map with an environmental exemption to allow for the creation of 2 parcels from one existing parcel, approximately 5 acres in size, on property zoned R1 single-family residential. This is located at 1064 8 Del Rosa Road. The site is currently occupied by a single modular home. The resultant parcel, when subdivided, would be a second 2.5 acre parcel. The area is surrounded by single-family residents of similar 2.5 acre sizes. The proposal meets all municipal code standards, and staff recommends approval as conditioned.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for staff? Okay. I'll open up the public hearing on agenda item number 3. Is there anyone here to speak to us on number 3?
Good evening. My name is Samuel Nicarisi. I represent the owner of this lot. We are seeking to, as mentioned, split one existing 5-acre lot into two 2.5-acre lots. All the lots to the east and west of us, to the left and right of us, they're 2.5 acres, so it's exactly the same size. Each lot is going to have access from its own street, and the southerly lot will be fronting Del Rosa, northerly lot will be fronting Gorgonia Road. That's about it. We met all the standards, and we're not asking for any exceptions.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else here to speak to us on item number 3? Okay, seeing no one, I will close the public hearing, and I'll bring it back to the commission for a determination.
I'll make a recommendation to find the project categorically exempt under Section 15315 of the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, entitled Minor Land Divisions, and adopt Planning Commission Resolution Number P-19-035, approving case number Plan 19-00011, subject to the attached conditions of approval.
We have a motion by Commissioner Wells with a second by Vice Chair Marsh to approve case PLAN 19-00011 as conditioned. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 4. This is a proposal for a medical office building on Jasmine. Due to the incomplete hydrology studies, there's a request that this item also be continued. So I'll open up the public hearing on item number 4. Is there anyone here to speak to us on 4? Okay, seeing no one, I'll leave the public hearing open, and I'll make the motion to continue this item to the Planning Commission meeting of September 11th, 2019.
Second.
We have a motion by Chair Kurth with a second by Commissioner Huber to keep the public hearing open and continue case PLAN 19-00023 to the September 11, 2019 regular Planning Commission meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Agenda item number 5, staff report, please.
Thank you, Chairman Kurth. Item number 5 is case PLAN 19-00026. It is a site plan with an environmental exemption to allow for the construction of an approximately 6,000 square foot multi-tenant commercial building. This is located at 14678 7th Street, which is also the southwest corner of Plaza Drive and 7th Street. The applicant is requesting approval of this 2-tenant commercial building that will be split into 4,000 square foot dentist office for Western Dental, as well as a remaining 1,500 square foot empty shell space for a future tenant. This is located within an existing shopping center abutting Harbor Freight. The design is compatible with all Victorville Municipal Code standards. It does include a Route 66 retro design, which includes a multi-plane awning, vertical fin elements, and rounded building corners. Staff would like to note that there's additional add-on material that was handed out to the commission today regarding the trash enclosure, which this condition talked about in item 1 today. So I'd just like to put on record that this condition would, instead of metal mesh, would require a wrought iron enclosure between the wall and the roof of the condition number 8 for your consideration. With that, staff recommends approval as conditioned, and we're available if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you. Any questions of staff?
How much space is there between the building and the sidewalk, the city sidewalk? Like much?
The aerial image there is from that's the building that was demolished, but there is a large planter. It would be at least 10 feet. There's a setback of 10 feet, which would be landscaped. So applicants proposing various palm trees and other drought-tolerant landscaping along that frontage.
Is it going to be the owner's responsibility to maintain that individually? Since that shopping center's been there for a century, but a lot of these shopping centers, especially the older ones, don't get the maintenance that should, that it's needed, and it ends up looking pretty bad. So is the owner of that building going to be responsible for his landscaping there on the west or the east side, 7th Street?
My understanding is that there's more than one owner within the shopping center, but there is some common maintenance for these, I want to call them southeasternly parcels, that would have a maintenance agreement or some structure already in place.
Any other questions? Okay, I'll go ahead and open up the public hearing on agenda item number 5. I have one card. I believe this is the applicant, Mr. Kraus.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm Roger Kraus with PM Design Group. I'm the architect, and I'm here just to answer any questions that you all might have.
Thanks for being here. Are there any questions for the architect? Nope. Thank you. Is there anyone else here to speak to us on item number 5? Okay. Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing and bring it back to the commission for a decision.
I'll make a recommendation to find the project categorically exempt under Section 15332 of the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, entitled Infill Development Projects, and adopt a resolution number P-19-033 approving site plan case number plan 19-00026, subject to the attached conditions of approval.
And
adding the trashed area for wrought iron rather than mesh. Correct?
second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Wells with a second by Commissioner Huber to approve case PLAN 19-00026 with the modified trash enclosure material condition. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. And congratulations, that site plan's been approved. Agenda item number 6, staff report, please.
Yes, item number 6 is case PLAN 19-00027. It is a Victorville Municipal Code amendment with an environmental exemption to conditionally allow used automobile sales within the C2 General Commercial District and a conditional use permit to allow for used automobile sales with an environmental exemption. The code amendment would apply citywide within C2 districts, and the conditional use permit specifically would apply to 14850 La Paz Drive. Avis Car Sales is requesting to open a used car dealership at an existing site last occupied by a new Fiat dealership. Rewinding about 10 years ago, the city, during its general plan update, removed used car dealerships from the C2 district where it was previously conditionally permitted. Due to the changing automobile market, as discussed in the staff report, staff supports accommodating the growth of the used car sales industry by conditionally allowing used car sales back into the C2 district on developed sites of minimum 1 gross acre. This would be via the code amendment proposed today. This change would give the growing used car industry access to larger lots within the prime retail district and the ability to carry more stock. The specific site on La Paz meets municipal code standards for a conditional use permit for such a use, contingent obviously upon the proposed code amendment. With that, staff recommends the commission take action by recommending city council approval of both the code amendment and the conditional use permit. And we're available if you have any questions.
Thank you. Any questions from staff on number 6?
They don't have to modify much there, right?
Yes, it's turnkey, I would say. It's based on the Fiat dealership that went in and did all of the upgrades to municipal code standards just a few years ago. It's ready to occupy. I'm unsure. I know that there's no longer a storefront business operation there, but I do see some cars that are parked there, so there may be a lingering lease that we're not aware of. But the proposal, the applicants listed that they're only planning to store their own cars for sale on site, and those that are just waiting to go to auction that were from trade-ins at the site.
And I believe we do have a representative from that company here tonight, so maybe he can answer some of those. So I'll go ahead and open up the public hearing. Mr. Valdez.
Well, thank you, Commission and staff. We appreciate the opportunity to be before you, and we just are excited about having the opportunity to be a good business partner to the City of Victorville. So I'm here to answer any questions that you have on a part of Avis Car Sales. I'm John Valdez. I'm the regional car sale manager for the Western region, and we're just really, really excited about the opportunity.
Great. Any questions for Mr. Valdez?
I just, Mr. Hardy, are they going to be leasing that from the owner of Victor Valley Motors, or?
I understand that we're going to be leasing that from the gentleman, I believe, lives in Korea. We're working with his broker at this particular juncture, very close to signed document.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else here to speak to us on agenda item number 6? Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing and bring it back to the commission.
Motion to recommend that the City Council find the proposal Section 15061B and Section 15301 existing facilities. Resolution number P- recommending City Council approval of the code amendment portion of case number PLAN 19-00027 to conditionally allow automobile sales within the C2 zoning district on a minimum 1 gross acre developed site, and adopt resolution number P-19-037 recommending City Council approval portion of case number PLAN 19-00027 subject to the
We have a motion by Vice Chair Marsh with a second by Commissioner Huber to recommend case PLAN-00027 for City Council approval as conditioned. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Good luck on that project. Moving on to agenda item number 7, staff report, please.
Thank you, Chairman Kurth. Item number 7 is case ADM N 19-00069. It is a minor conditional use permit with an environmental exemption to allow for the addition of live entertainment such as live bands and DJs to an existing restaurant previously approved to allow for alcohol sales, including beer, wine, and distilled spirits for on-site consumption. This is located at 12174 Hesperia Road. The CUP request would modify the existing conditional use permit to allow for extended hours of operation and the addition of live music via band, also a live DJ and a dance floor. This is in conjunction with an existing restaurant. The original approval of this was handled at staff level through the zoning administrator and was approved to match typical hours of operation of restaurants in the area, and did not allow for any live entertainment unless approved through a temporary use permit. So the applicant's requesting this to be a permanent fixture as part of their conditional use permit. Staff is has referred this to the Planning Commission for review due to its potential of morphing into something more of a nightclub, which is not permitted by the municipal code standards in this district. The proposed restaurant, Marisco's El Chaca, the existing restaurant, it has an existing occupancy of 235 persons within an open area of 3,400 square feet. The remaining area of the 6,400 square foot building would consist of storage, kitchen, cooler, restaurants, waiting, and a lobby area. We've reached out to the police department to get feedback on the site. They've reported that their existing operations, their calls for service are next to nothing. The applicants also noted that they provide private security on the weekends from 7 p.m. to close. Essentially, they're requesting to extend their hours of operation on Fridays and Saturdays from 12:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., as well as on Sundays from 11 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. The live entertainment would be proposed 5 nights a week, Tuesday through Thursday, stopping at 10 p.m., and live bands on Fridays and Saturday evenings, stopping at 1 a.m. Also on Sunday, they would stop the live bands at 11 p.m. The police department did provide a brief email stating their concerns of the proposal possibly morphing into something more, or having more calls for service. What's proposed to you today is 2 options. Option A, as listed in the staff report, would approve this request as the applicant has requested, with the hours of operation and the live entertainment that I've noted. Option B would essentially be denying the extended hours and the live entertainment, but it would still, it would not revoke their entire license. With that, the Planning Commission has the ability to modify these recommendations, and we're available if you have any questions.
Thank you. Questions of staff at this time?
How big of an area of the stage for the bands to play? How many square feet? Trying to get a feel on what kind of bands are going to be there. And secondly, I think 1 a.m. is a long time, a little late for a band. I'm thinking more like 12:30. Little wind down hour. As a person that does go out and having a good time with my wife and friends, and my wife was in a band. That's kind of late for the band. I think 12:30 is more appropriate for the music, and give an hour of a wind down for people. Grab their Uber and what have you.
There is a floor plan. What page is that, Mike? 239, which lists the band stage area as a 12 by 12 area.
Okay, and I think the applicants might be here, so that might be a good question for them on the facility. Any other questions from the staff report before we open up the public hearing?
Well, I just have a question. How late do they serve food? Is there a food cutoff time? Because if there's a band and there's alcohol, people need food to consume the alcohol.
Yeah,
to prevent.
Great question. The type of alcohol license that they have is a type 47, and it requires that they provide a menu and sell food at the same time that they're serving alcohol. So there would be available to purchase food during all hours.
I have one quick question. Now, in the correspondence that you received from the Department of the Sheriff's Department, with the live band is 5 days a week, right? 5 nights a week.
They've noted 3 days a week for the live band, mainly on the weekends, where a DJ would be during the week.
Okay. Were there any concern to where because right now it's a restaurant? Was the police department concerned that this might transcend into a nightclub atmosphere because of the integration with DJs, and then live music predominantly throughout the week?
Yes, they did note concerns via the phone conversation I had with them, noting some of the other prior establishments, not in this location but elsewhere in the city, that had the same type of alcohol license, which is a type 47. It's an eating establishment. But when it sells beer, wine, and liquor, and then stays open later, that in the past has caused concern and a higher call volume. Not to say that this location would experience that, but it has happened in the past at other locations.
Thank you. I think we'll open up the public hearing on item number 7 now. I see applicants, I assuming. You could state your names
Hello,
for the record.
Nicole Murcio.
Vince Murcio.
We're the owners of the restaurant, and we're just asking to add live music to our conditional use permit, just to add a different type of entertainment to the desert that's not really up here or in the area. And yeah, I'm not sure what else.
You've heard a couple of comments here, and
Yes.
I have a feeling there's going to be a little bit more discussion on this, so you'd probably be the best to answer some of these questions. But I think one of the biggest concerns that, well, I want to start with the commission. Questions for the applicant on the facility. We had questions on stage size, hours, food.
Okay, yes, I can address as far as morphing into a nightclub. We're not trying to create that environment. The DJ will be there on Tuesdays for karaoke, so it's not so much to play music for people to dance and, create a dance floor or anything like that. We were talking about Thursdays also, just because some people have requested it. A lot of people come in and ask for a certain type of music, so we thought that would be something that would bring more business to us. And as far as the weekends, it is live bands. They have a whole clear area. I'm not sure what size it is. I thought I had it in my mind.
10 by 12.
It's a 10 by 12 clear area. It's not a stage. They are on the floor. So that part is, they stay off to the side a little bit.
You've got a lot of tables in there for your regular business hours and
Yes.
diners and eating. Do those, when the dance and when the music and the dancing happen, do those tables get pushed? And
Nothing
opened
gets
up?
moved around, no, to create a dance floor. We don't do a cover charge. It's more just to create an environment while you're eating and to have entertainment. And as far as creating a time atmosphere, I feel like that would be turning lights off, making it dark, you know, where people would feel comfortable to dance. We don't do any of that. Everything stays on. And if they want to get up, sometimes we've had people in the beginning who got up and they danced by their tables and, you know, things like that because it's a song they like, but we don't create a dance floor.
So are you saying you already have entertainment there?
In the very beginning, we had it on our opening day, and a couple times after until it got brought to our attention that it wasn't part of our conditional use permit.
As obviously, as a restaurant, is family oriented. So with the changes, that's going to be your priority to keep it family oriented.
Definitely somewhere you can still bring your family, and the reason we have security is also to create that safe environment, knowing that, you know, the area is not the best anymore, so, or anywhere you go, just to make sure that it's all safe and secure. And we feel we've done that. We haven't had any major incidents where, you know, like they've said, no police have had to ever enter our facility at all.
You're looking to push your hours of operation 1 hour later to 1:30 a.m.?
Yeah, we've noticed that we'll stop serving alcohol at 12:45 is our plan, so that does give people time to wind down and get some more food in them if they need to and whatnot. We have all of our staff, not just our bartenders, they've all taken the alcohol training so that they are prepared and they all have their certificates of that to make sure that they are serving everybody properly. So we're trying to take all precautions to make it safe and not overserve or have people stumbling out of there, you know, and things like that. Our kitchen will be open until we close, and they have plenty of food options to choose from.
Are you guys, there's a restaurant here in town, you might be familiar with them, Pancho Villa's. They have the same band all the time.
Right.
Or themed. You're not looking at doing that?
It's
familiar.
It's familiar. It's not mariachi in the you know, it's a different genre, but it's still Mexican music,
okay.
if you want to call it that.
So you're not having a lot of different bands come in every weekend. You're not going to have advertising out says Tom Destroyers this weekend.
I mean, we got to do our promoting, you know, just to try to get people in there. We would like to do bigger events in the future, bring people to the community that, you know, don't normally come up to the desert so that they can enjoy them. But right now we have a pretty good idea of like a set couple of bands who would just come consistently.
Security, you're thinking just one person?
No, we have 4 security guards.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Great. Do they have a metal detector?
They do. We have the
Great.
wand. Mm-hmm.
We've had some problems.
And they're licensed and they're all
Fantastic.
good to go.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Your proposal to stop serving at 12:45, that would be every night?
No, just on the weekends.
Just on weekends?
Yes.
Okay.
And Sunday, I'm not sure how that got in there to close at 1:30 on Sundays, but I think that was supposed to be 11:30.
Yeah, because it says
I think it's a
it would
typo.
extend by 2.5 hours on Sundays to 1:30.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure how that got in there,
Okay.
but that's not, my kids have school on Monday. I'm not staying out till 1:30.
Okay. Any other
Yeah,
questions?
one other thing I said earlier, and I can't, the music you got. What are you guys looking for the deadline on when the music stops or the band?
They would stop at, we were thinking 1, but if we need to stop them earlier, we're more than open to do that. Okay.
That's 1 on the weekends?
Yes.
The weekday is DJ?
Yeah, so DJ, it was karaoke is what we have the DJ there for.
Oh.
Not so much like, you know, dance floor, turn the lights down and have crazy lights or anything like that.
DJ during the week?
Yes, just one day.
Oh, just one day?
Yeah, just on Tuesdays.
Oh, because I was under the impression it was every
Yeah, I
Monday
know
through
there's a couple
Friday.
things in here that sound a little, I'm like, wait a second, no, I don't know how that. Oh, that
Okay,
sounds like
so
that.
one night during Sunday through Thursday, DJ.
Yeah, Tuesday we would have the DJ, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday the live band.
Which on Thursday, it was, let me see, Tuesday, the DJ.
Yes,
Okay, which but isn't really a DJ. It's not a DJ. It's more karaoke.
he's just there to play the music, right, or to put up the words. Mm-hmm.
Gonna be participate. There's audience participation, and just kind of that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that many days reads good for you because that might be very successful for you, and you want to do it more than one night a week.
Yeah, we have a very large restaurant.
I know
One
it
of the
is.
largest ones up here besides the chain restaurant. So, we're just trying to fill those seats and be successful and stay in the community and bring something up here.
Well, the area definitely needs some night entertainment without problems.
Yes, that's our goal.
I commend you guys for wanting to, give it a shot. And I hope
Thank
it all
you.
works out. And so,
Thank you.
but
Thank you.
I mean, I don't mean that derogatory.
No, I know. I get it.
That happen.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your comments. Maybe the property manager, Mr. Shaver, has some comments. Does he?
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you, guys.
I know him. Okay, is there anyone else here to speak to us on item number 7? Okay, seeing no one, I'll bring it back to the commission. I'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the commission for deliberation, any discussion, and a decision.
Okay, I'd like to bring out the point. Now, the owners of the restaurant are proposing one night a week with DJ karaoke. Gives a different light, but leaving it open for them to have it another night if things go well for them. They could have it more than one night a week in the future after beginning the entertainment part of this. And then the Friday, Saturday, or the weekend type of entertainment being the live band would bring in a different type of clientele of customers that enjoy that entertainment. I would propose that we look at approving this with the condition of, since I know they haven't had any service problems from law enforcement, but maybe in about 18 months, give them 18 months to make sure that this additional condition of their restaurant stays clear of that. Their security keeps things in order, and maybe in 18 months we revisit it to see if maybe it's a permanent thing, or revisit it to another condition, depending on what has happened over the first 18 months of what they're asking for. That's what that's my recommendation.
I'm in agreement with that.
I'm in agreement with that, but I would say 2 years. Give it a full 2 years.
I'd say 12 months. 1 year, 12 months.
Yeah, but to get a good track record, because what we would be, I guess, evaluating is a track record of what has taken place. 12 months just seems.
And see, and I'm right in the middle. I say 18 months.
If I could suggest something, what we could do is in a year time provide a report to the commission on the status of the conditional use permit, and then you could go 18 months or to that second full year where the conditional use permit would be good for, and then they'd have to come back and request an extension of that. So essentially the CUP would be good for the extended hours and live entertainment approval would be for 2 years, with staff reporting back in a year on the progress.
I think that's fair, because with my history and experience with other bars and restaurants that some of them have morphed into nightclubs, and then there was major problems and things happened, and the commission and a lot of times the city didn't even find out until the sheriff's department brought it up and said we have major issues, or neighbors complain or what have you. So in this case, just a 1 year report back to the commission saying, hey, here's where we at. We're not seeing out of the ordinary calls for service or anything like that, which I'm sure we won't see anyways, but just
if they're going to be required to report back, I think 12 months fine.
So we're saying 24 months for the 12 months for the report.
Yeah. So if what I'm hearing is, if you're in agreement that this modified CUP would be valid for 2 years, extending the hours of operation and allowing the live entertainment as discussed, and staff would report to the commission in a year on the status of the establishment.
When it comes to the hours of operation, I was just a little bit confused. And then the condition number 9, it might just be a typo. It says the proposal is to 1:30 a.m. Friday and Sunday. That's probably Friday through Sunday maybe.
Yeah, and what I could is, based on the applicant's remark, it could have been just some confusion between staff and the applicant, but we could change that to having the hours of operation from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Instead of Monday through Thursday, it would be Sunday through Thursday, and 11 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Friday and Saturday instead of Sunday.
Okay, and then it says they propose to cease 30 minutes before closing each night. The applicant did say their number was 12:45, so maybe on the weekends we can have a hard set time. That would be the 12:45.
So 45 minutes on the weekend? Is that what you're saying?
It would be 45 minutes before your proposed closing on a Saturday or a Friday, right? I don't know if that's a little bit easier to remember in conditions, or if there's any sheriff's department activity that they need to, that might be easier to remember. I don't know.
Yeah, we could easily modify the condition to read that it's 45 minutes before closing on Friday and Saturday.
Got a couple comments. Looking at the hours of operation of the restaurant row, I'm concerned that people might drinking too much in some of these other places and jump in their car and run out there because they got an hour and a half more time of drinking. I mean, that's the way I used to operate years ago.
Now you're worried about it.
Well, I'm not concerned. I'm getting older. It seems to be condition number 15, alcohol sales shall total less than 25% of all gross sales on site. It seems like that's going to, alcohol is going to be a lot more than 25% if they're open that long. But the hours is concerning to me because there's nobody else open. According to this, the Tilted Kilt is open to 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, but they have no live entertainment. The rest of them all are closing at 11 or midnight. So I have a concern.
I think that's a valid concern. However, there's other bars around the area that will serve alcohol till 2 a.m. Just that state law, and a lot of those don't serve food. They're not a focused restaurant. They don't serve as much food. I believe in this case they would. Okay. Well, is anybody prepared to make? It sounds like a lot of us are in agreement with some of the discussion. Is anyone prepared to make a motion on this one with those couple of items that have been discussed?
I'll make a motion to find the project categorically exempt per SEQA Section 15301 existing facilities and adopt resolution number P-19-034 approving case ADMN 19-00069 based upon the findings included in the resolution and subject to the recommended conditions of approval, along with the additions.
Along with the allowing the approval of the extended hours and live entertainment for a period of 2 years, with staff reporting back on the establishment to the commission in 1 year, with modified condition number 9, with the hours of operation being 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 11 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Friday through Saturday. Also with sales of alcohol ceasing 45 minutes before closing on Friday and Saturday.
I second.
Have a motion by Vice Chair Marsh with a second by Commissioner Wells to adopt resolution P-19-034, option A, approving case ADMN 19-00069 with the added conditions to approve the modified conditional use permit for 2 years with staff reporting within 1 year, and modify the times in condition 9 and add 45 minutes prior to closing cutoff time for alcohol sales. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Okay. Good luck with your new business operation. Agenda number 8 is the some of the various code amendments that we had been discussing, but it looks like staff needs a little bit more time to get this this stuff put together. So we're asking for a continuance, but I will open up the public hearing on number 8. Sue, you want to talk to us on 8? Nope, seeing no one. I'll leave this public hearing open and continue this item to our Planning Commission meeting of September 11th, 2019.
We have a motion by Chair Kurth with the second by Vice Chair Marsh to keep the public hearing open and continue case PLAN 19-00013 to the September 11, 2019 regular Planning Commission meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. In compliance with the Brown Act, it's necessary for the Planning Commission to make available time for members of the public to address the Planning Commission on items that fall within our interest. Is there anyone here tonight to speak to us? Seeing no one. That's it. Opportunity for Planning Commissioner comments. I'll start with Commissioner Wells.
Nothing special to report. Thank you.
Big thumbs up to the city of Victorville and the staff for that pop-up concert in the park. I always call it concert in the park. It turned out really, really nice. I like that one better than the movies. I just thought there was more energy.
I have nothing. Commissioner Huber?
Yeah, last meeting, we had that long, drawn-out item. Can we put when somebody starts to talk and talk and talk, can the chairman put a 10-minute time limit that he can talk and then it's all done? I mean, we just let him rattle on and rattle on. He got nothing accomplished. Is there something that we could, I know that we should limit to 3 minutes or 5 minutes, but if somebody starts rattling on like that, can we hit the gavel and say you got 10 minutes to say everything you want to say, or 8 minutes, or whatever time limit you want to put on it?
Yes, as a member of the public that would come to speak to an item, yes, and it is stipulated in the Planning Commission rules that were recently approved. And I know the commission's been more lax in allowing people to go over that, but yes, you could be very strict and hold them to a 3-minute time frame, or the presiding officer could tell them, how much more time they're going to give them.
I mean, that was just ridiculous. I've never seen anything like that in the 25 years I've been on the Planning Commission. We've always been able to stop it. That's enough. Pardon? The solar thing, yeah. Then he just kept rattling on and wouldn't stop. And we were here at least an hour for that one item. And he's the only one that was rattling on, saying nothing.
Yeah, that item was appealed to City Council. Yeah.
I bet they won't let it drag on that long.
Probably not. Did you want to say something, Tara?
You raise a good point. The commission rules right now say that everybody's limited to 3 minutes unless the chair decides otherwise. But it's perfectly reasonable to put a limit on. That person wasn't even the applicant, so generally they're given more time. But I think we're trying to. Ultimately, I think you did get something done. You finally got to the bottom of what he was sort of asking for, but definitely need
in the
to,
middle of him talking, can you say you got 10 minutes and then it's over? I understand.
The chair can set limits. I mean, if the rest of if the chair said, we think you've gone over the limit, we've had enough, I believe you can give them more or less time if the rest of the commission wanted to hear it.
Well, I understand.
And we actually did finally move it along because we did have to stop him. Ultimately,
ridiculous. I've never seen anything as bad as that was. And
a little more
I
drawn out than we had cared.
That's all I have, Chairman.
There's a billboard on Palmdale Road. I'm not sure if it's county or if it's Victorville. It's near the high school, and it's for a cannabis dispensary. Allowing that?
I could look into it further for you. There are some state regulations that govern outdoor advertising, but I can look. It's the one on Palmdale. Is it?
Yeah, it's on the north side.
It's on the north side, east
Richmond something.
of the high school.
Yeah. And also, I've been seeing cannabis delivery vans, and they have logos on them. Not supposed to be doing that. Correct? I mean, they can deliver, but they're not supposed to have a logo on the van.
Yeah, that's my understanding. The last I was able to review the cannabis regulations, that they're not supposed to be in a vehicle that's identifiable as a.
So what is someone supposed to do then? Just call code enforcement? I mean,
That's correct. Just give staff the information. That the enforcement of that is very difficult unless somebody reports it, gives us the specific information.
I mean, it's really not that big of a thing, but it is violating the code, and I just don't like the idea of people thinking they can just do, they have to know that. So they're, they should have GPS on their vans, like truck drivers. I noticed that, and then. That's all I have. I can't.
Any comments or updates from staff members?
Just a reminder, in September we have the APA California chapter conference coming up. So Staff will be sending out updated itineraries. We'll also highlight some of the sessions for those of you who plan to attend on what staff feels may be most applicable, so you can weigh that as you make your own itinerary.
Yeah, because there's a lot to choose from on this one. Okay. Thank you all. Meeting adjourned.